so horny for that snowman. Do you see him? Where are you going? Oh, he just shit his pants from. Oh, I thought it would be harder. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He looks much heavier and larger. He doesn't even stand up.
I thought you'd be harder. Wow.
See this third leg here? It's actually my foot. It's my foot. It's just where my groin would be. Actually lost in a tragic fishing. Holy shit. I got that mushmallow mouth, bro. I got that fucking Peeps mouth.
See this?
Let's talk about Peeps. Dude, he was about to do it.
About to do what?
Shake his ass, bro.
Oh my god.
Do we have all the mush out? Oh, man, I got an itchy fucking ankle right now.
I still got some mush on my ass.
You get it all out? Is it out of your system? In both regards, dude.
No, it's still in my ass.
How about your mouth?
I think my mouth's good.
Is it like, when you say mush, is it like mashed potatoes?
No, it's like liquid.
Ooh.
Like a fire hose. That shit's got
fire hose?
That shit's got some
You got pressure?
bro. I got that pressure.
Today, welcome to the Midnight Media Podcast. My name is Anthony. This is Brandon.
You're an absolute baboon.
Wow. Don't appreciate it, dude. Look at that cardinal over there.
Where? Oh. Don't put your hand in my face.
Gotta be quicker than that. Don't you love those old commercials?
No.
Fuck you. Fucking asshole.
I don't fuck assholes.
Then why do you have a poopy ass? Case in point, dumbass.
That doesn't... Wouldn't I have a poopy dick?
Huh?
If I fucked assholes, wouldn't I have a poopy dick?
Jeez, we're on a... We are talking a lot of things, and I was gonna say, how strong are your guys' streams? Like and comment below.
Wow. Okay.
They call me the fireman.
It's like that one South Park episode.
I let it loose.
Where they get the one kid to light the teacher on fire. And they piss on her to put out the fire.
Let's play fireman.
Hey, twin, light the bitch on fire. Yeah.
Trent Foyette.
Trent Boyette, you fucking idiot. You absolutely...
I don't like Chef Boyardee, bro.
What?
Huh? You said Boyardee.
No.
Damn.
I don't think I did.
I'm just hungry, I guess. We're covering The Shawshank Redemption by Frank Darabont. Darabont? Bont?
Don't say that on YouTube.
Why not?
Because that's a bad word.
Is it?
Yes.
Oof.
You gotta bleep that one.
Nah.
Yes.
I might just cut it out. I said the C word. Figure it out, idiots. This is a cool movie. We did a list a little bit back. This was in my number 1 slot.
I forget where I ranked it.
Was it top 5?
I don't know. Maybe.
So,
Let me see if I still have it in my notes.
hey, don't touch me.
Okay.
Thanks. This is a very good movie that stars my boy Morgan Freeman, the guy from the...
Out of 5, yeah.
Yeah, 5. Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins, Clancy Brown as Captain Hadley. Low-key the GOAT of this movie.
Mr. Krabs! Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs!
Bob Gunton?
Bubba
Bubba?
Bubble Gup.
Bubble Guts.
Bubble Guppies.
Oh my god, what a show.
You are a toddler.
Dude, no, that was a good show. Come on, man.
I don't come on, man.
Oh, no. You can say come, but you can't say...
Wow. You just said it again.
No, I mouthed it.
We should get McDonald's after this.
No, I'm okay. Bob Gunton is plays Warden Norton, or I'm just gonna call him the Warden. We don't need to get into everybody else.
Because everyone else is kind of...
I mean,
who's Brooks? Who's the actor that plays Brooks?
James Whitmore.
Is he dead?
Yes.
Fuck.
Boggs is played by Mark Rolston.
Who?
The guy that rapes Andy. Tim Robbins plays Andy Dufresne, and Morgan Freeman plays Ellis Brown Redding, or Red, is what I'm going to call him for the entire movie. So, should we just hop right in?
Let's just dive right in.
Okay, Roger.
Fuck you.
That's not how Roger talks. What's your best Roger voice? Hello. Hello.
Just read the fucking notes.
Should I do it in the voice?
No, just read the script.
I kind of want to now. I'm kind of into it. Do you guys want to hear my NPR voice?
No.
Like and comment.
No, we're not. No.
I get really close and
I'll quit the podcast if you do it. I
right
swear to
now?
God. I swear to God.
Why? It's so good.
No.
But I can do the whole podcast in the NPR voice then.
You can do it by yourself. Unless you
Stop
both
jerking
do.
me around.
Bro.
What's your NPR voice? I want to hear it. Don't get close. Just from here. Because I turned the audio way up. It's way loud. Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Midnight Media Podcast. It's me, Brandon. I'm joined by this...
It's very sexual. I'll give you that.
By this fucking baboon, Neanderthal.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. I'm doing my NPR voice. I'm not angry.
I feel like they don't do movies. They're more civilized than that. They talk about books.
I'm gonna kiss you.
You know what? I don't think I heard you correctly. Actually, it's
Please stop. Stop. No.
Why, Brandon Hoffman? What troubles you on my phone call with you today? Welcome to the Midnight Media Podcast. My name is Anthony, and today we'll be talking about the movie Shawshank Redemption. Wow, I have a really relaxing voice, guys. You know, shout out my producer. Me.
Did he stop?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
We're gonna roll our way into this movie, and pretty cool stuff going on in this movie. It starts off with
Okay, he stopped.
Andy Dufresne.
No.
Being charged of the murder of his wife and her lover. I accidentally wrote his.
Andy Dufresne is gay. So it wasn't.
No, he said he doesn't. He said to explain to them earlier in that movie. He said, "Can I just tell them I'm not gay?" And then Red said, "Well, they're not gay either. They'd have to be human first." So that was a pretty cool line. I have a lot of lines in this written down. I wrote extensive notes for this bad boy. Big fan. Frank Darabont also did The Mist, and he also, which is an amazing movie that I want to cover. It's only shot in black and white for the movie, like, that you should watch for it, but it's a modern movie. And he did the season 1 of The Walking Dead, which is the best season. Just a little insight on him. I'm a little bit of a fanboy for him. How about you? Okay.
Hi.
What?
Hello.
Hi. Okay. Sit back and relax, buddy.
I am pal.
Shut the fuck up. He's charged with the murder of his wife and her lover.
Yeah, he went at that blocking that bitches.
He says he never did it, but we see him get out of the car at the end of his memory. And
Yeah, he was drunk as fuck. He was off that fucking. You know what I'm talking about? He was off that shit, yeah.
You know those really shitty bottles of Smirnoff?
Yeah, he was off that fucking 90 proof.
You don't live there anymore.
He was off the fucking Hennessy, you know what I'm saying? Fucking down shit, bro.
You know, if I take this out of context and nobody knows that you're from Baltimore, you just look weird, dude. Come on.
What is you talking about, dummy?
You keep doing that. I'm doing the NPR voice.
Alright, so he's drunk as shit in the in his memory.
Yeah. He gets charged with 2 sentences.
2 lights. Back to back. Wow.
And then we cut into Shawshank Prison. Yeah, the place. I don't know where it's played, actually. I should have looked that up. But Red is getting rejected for parole at, I think at this point it's his 20th year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his 20th year. Because this movie takes place over 20 years.
It might be his 10th year?
No, because
at the end, I thought at the end it says it was either his 30th...
It was his 40th.
40th. Okay, then it is 20 years.
Yeah. This is in 1947. He gets rejected, and he arrives... then Andy arrives into the prison, and the guys are betting who will break first. And, what's his name?
They bet on the fat ass.
William Sadler puts cigarette each on the fat ass, or puts 6, something like that. I don't know. Because everybody bets, and cigarettes are coins in this. Because everything's pretty much. I mean, there's no money really.
Yeah, it's prison currency.
Yeah.
Prison currency is.
What is it now? Now that there's no cigarettes.
There are still cigarettes.
No, there isn't.
What do you mean?
They banned them.
Yeah, people still get them.
Yeah, but they got to be worth way more now than the common.
Well, yeah. I don't know what the common thing is. I've never been to prison.
Is it crackers? I don't know.
You're a weird fellow.
You know, everybody likes a good Ritz now and then.
I prefer mine saltine.
Like the little, like, cutout ones? Not the big square ones. Okay, so
with
not the
soup.
octagon ones.
With some soup.
I actually don't like it with soup.
You're fucking weird.
I like more of a broccoli soup, though. Have you ever had it? Like, it's kind of cheesy. It's very good. A minestrone? Isn't that a soup? Or is that a... I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, they put... One guy puts money... And then Red puts money on Andy to break first.
Yeah.
Mr. Norton is the warden, is where we're introduced to him. And Mr. Hadley is the head of guards, or captain of the guards. They are showered, deloused, and brought into the cell naked. And I think he said, naked as the day you were born.
Yeah.
So lights out happens. Jeez. Lights out happens, and fat ass starts crying. and that one guy that has money on him gets him to break. And as soon as he does it, I was crying when he said this. Fat ass by a nose!
Yeah, and then after that happens, the guards beat fat ass to death. Brutally.
Dude, bro was done, and then he kicked him in the head. That was insane. He's being looked at. Andy's being looked at day 2 already by Boggs, who is part of the sisters.
Yeah, he's on a mug. Boggs thinks Andy's a nice piece of ass.
Yeah, he wants to rape him badly. Big fan. He keeps to himself for... No, he's a big fan of Andy.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm glad you clarified.
He keeps to himself for about a month before he talks to really anybody, and he talks to Red first.
Again,
He wants a rock hammer, and Red, kind of in exchange for his friendship or something, tells him that the sisters they want him.
Yeah.
And he gets Red to get the hammer for him. This is the first time him and Red really start talking.
The start of a beautiful relationship.
Not exactly. The next thing that happens is Andy's raped by the sisters for about 2 years. He does get the rock hammer, but yeah, no.
How do you let it happen for...
No, sometimes he'd beat him off, and then other people...
Wow.
Couldn't hold it in, huh? You couldn't hold that in?
Neither could Andy.
No, he fought him.
Bro, what were you cooking? Oh my god.
He won sometimes against them.
Sometimes he kicked their ass. That's the better term.
And then other times he got
he beat him off.
He got beat off.
Sometimes
Boggs really likes it when they fight too.
Yeah, Boggs is weird.
Boggs is basically Joe Swanson. Red fixes the tarring job in 1949 for outdoor work for a couple months, or for like a month in May.
Yeah.
But Andy, this is where we really start getting into the story. Andy overhears Hadley wanting to keep some money from the IRS from his dead brother, and he gives Hadley advice to keep the money for cheap work, and he kind of shows how useful he is with numbers.
This didn't come for free though. He didn't just do this for the fun of it. He did it so he could get a bucket of beers for
3 beers each.
3 beers each for everyone. There, or all the
Yep, and they drank it at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, all in the sun, and then while Andy's just sitting in the shade, smiling his ass off.
And he doesn't drink because his wife died.
Yeah,
but he got it just because he wanted to feel normal. Is what Red thinks. Because this is all kind of from Red's point of view.
Yeah,
none of this is really from Andy's, besides the beginning part, sorta. Which is kind of weird to me. It honestly would have been better if it started off just, I don't know. The beginning
it gives
scene
you
is
the
really
it gives
good.
you the background.
I don't know.
Why he's in prison.
Him and Red are becoming friends, and Andy wants to make a chessboard or chess pieces and get a chessboard from Red. And then the sisters cut to Andy going into the movie theater. They're watching a movie. I think they watch it once a week or something. And he wants a poster of the lady in the movie. I forgot her name exactly. And then after that, he's walking out there, and then he gets caught by the sisters. The sisters move him into the film room, and then they want him to suck their dicks. But he tells them he will bite off whatever gets put in his mouth, and if they stab him
in the ear, his lockjaw. That's where the term lockjaw comes from. And
then if that happens, so they don't want that to happen, so they just beat the living shit out of him to where he almost dies. But after a week in the hole, Boggs gets out, and then in his cell, we see Hadley
just waiting there.
Beat the shit
out of Boggs.
Cripples him. And he lives the rest of his life eating through a tube.
One of Hadley's very few dubs.
honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, Hadley's not that bad until he does something real bad.
Yeah.
Like, he's pretty... Like, at this point, he's just a hard ass, but he's really not that bad of a guy.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. I was actually rooting for him the first time I watched this movie. I was like, oh, this guy's kind of, like, cool. Cause it's kind of Mr. Krabs. You know, he just wants money. Get his money up. The guys get Andy rocks for his chessboard, and it's Rita Howard is who he wanted. It was Rita Howard is the poster he wanted. Rocks for his chessboard or chess pieces, and then Rita Howard, and it's all for free because Red is like really good friends with him now, and he feels awful about him getting his ass beat. Cut to the next morning after that. The cells are searched for the, randomly.
Yeah.
And it's really done so they can talk, the warden and Hadley can talk to Andy Dufresne about, like, doing a new job. Pretty much, and help guards with finances. The next day after that, Andy is moved to the library to work with Brooks.
Which Brooks is one of my favorite characters in this fucking movie, dude.
We see him really early in the movie raising like a raven.
Yeah, and then I think it was a crow.
It was
a hurt crow. And then like once Andy's moved down to the library, we can really see how much time has passed because Brooks feeds the crow and the crow is like fully grown.
I love this movie because if you really skip from the beginning to the end, you really can see the time passed, especially through Andy and Red's hair.
Yeah,
is the best way to describe it. Like you can see a hairline going back. I don't know how they did that. It was really cool.
I'd assume makeup.
Yeah, but that's still cool as fuck.
Especially for this movie being made in 1994.
Yeah, it's was that when it was exactly made? I wasn't sure.
I know that's when it came out.
Is that okay? I mean, that's fucking good. Yeah, Andy wants more money for the library, so he writes a letter of the week to the state senate.
For about, 5 years? Or 2 years? I think it was 5.
5, and then it took a few more to get more money. But he writes, and then while that's happening, he's not really doing library stuff. He does the taxes for half the guards the first year, then all of them the second year, including the warden. And then the next year, the third year, they moved the inter-prison game for guards of baseball to the tax season so they could do taxes. Other prisons would bring in their guards for him to do taxes. After that, I don't remember when exactly this was. I think it was about 5 years later. 4 years later, 3 years later.
Yeah, just about.
Brooks is paroled after 50 years in jail. and he doesn't want to stay.
Yeah,
he wants to stay.
He doesn't want to go. So what he does is he takes one of Andy's and Red's friends and holds a shiv up to his neck. And he's like threatening to kill him so he can stay in there because he doesn't want to go. Because that's all he knows. Brooks has spent his entire
I think he was there from 18.
Yeah, 18 something to 1940 whatever.
It was 19. I think he said 1904. To when was it was around 1950 or something? 1952, 1954.
Yeah, and then but they talk Brooks down. Brooks gets out. And he's put in a halfway home, and he has a nice job going.
I want to talk about the scene when he lets Jake go. Jake the crow go. Dude, that was tough as well.
That was a gut wrenching scene
because we're talking 5-6 years he's been with him.
Yeah, that's
his best friend.
That's his kid at that point.
Like he raised him when he was a hurt hatchling to a full-sized bird.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then Brooks is writing a letter. He wrote a letter talking.
The world got itself in a big damn hurry, bro.
Yeah.
That hit me. That was such a good line.
Because when he went in, there was only like a handful of automobiles, like
everything was horse and carriage, not really paved roads.
He comes out, everything's paved. There's a shit ton of cars now,
lights everywhere.
And he's
it's
right.
A different world. Yeah, because think about it. It was, to put this in perspective to some of the people that watch this, 1904, 1903. That's when it sounds kind of silly, but the best picture that we have of that is like Red Dead.
Yeah.
Picture Red Dead 2 or Red Dead 1. That's when he was put in jail, and he got put out after World War II.
Yeah.
Hitler already lived his full life. He died. Like, everybody's dead. FDR's dead. They're all dead. He was in prison while they were in office. Like, all of that shit happened. Think of how much shit happened in that 50 years.
Yeah, and then so he gets out, and he started writing this letter about how he's put it halfway home, gets this job at a supermarket, and how he just hates life
hates the world
as a free man, and how he wants to think of ways to like break his parole. So and he ends up not, and but what he does end up doing, he writes on the top, writes on the thing, Brooks was here, and ends up hanging himself.
You said to me before we recorded that was your most impactful scene.
Yes, because Brooks was one of my favorite characters in this movie, and I knew what was gonna happen to Brooks because I've watched this so many times.
Yeah, every time it's like, dude, don't do it.
It's similar in a sense to watching Revenge of the Sith. It's like a very silly comparison, Star Wars movie compared to this. But every time you watch Revenge of the Sith, you're like, Anakin, don't just let Windu kill him or something. It's in my opinion, it's very much the same.
It's such a gut punch. And you see the themes that Brooks carries with him.
Yeah.
He's such an important character to this movie, to Red specifically, down the stretch, especially after Red is released from prison. Oh my goodness. After Brooks dies, we cut to Andy finally getting the books and $500 or $200 from the government. That doesn't stop him from writing letters because he wanted more.
He starts writing
two
two letters
because it took him 5 years, so he wants it in less than 5 years. But before that happens, Andy gets or plays music in prison, and he gets time in the hole for that because he pisses the warden the fuck off. Warden's a fucking freak in this.
He is a fucking.
He's a nut job.
He's a freak in the sheets, too.
Oh, man. Really?
Yes.
I don't like that.
Oh, too bad. I fucked the warden.
Did you convince him to keep Andy there?
No. I was pulling for Andy, but didn't pull up.
Didn't pull out? Is that what you were going to say?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red goes to the parole board again and is rejected again, but Andy pretty much knew that was going to happen and got him a gift, got him a harmonica. And the same day, pretty much, or like a day or two later, Andy's been there for 10 years, and he gets a new poster for his wall, and it's Marilyn Monroe. It's now 1959. 10 years have passed in this movie. It's really cool.
And this new guy gets in.
Not quite yet.
Oh, I was lying.
1959 is when the library gets way more money for its shit, and then they call it the Brooks Hadley Memorial Library. Mm-hmm. And it's fucking cool. Like, they have music, it's actually a cool library. Yeah,
it's like an actual library you'd find.
And they did that on a shoestring budget.
Yeah, Andy made that fucking shit stretch because he was a banker before he went in,
so he knew how to get things done.
Yeah, he was.
Andy's ridiculously smart.
Yeah,
in this movie.
It's crazy how smart he is. especially for being like born.
Because there's
like,
shit that's going on that we don't see because it's Red's perspective. We have no idea what's happening while he's living his life in this prison.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, obviously it'd be just a money grab, but it'd be cool to see like a remake of this movie, or maybe like just something from like Andy's perspective.
Oh, just a redo of this movie. Or it'd be a lot more of an isolation movie because Andy is alone and he thinks a lot because he's a very like introverted person, especially after his wife died.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too late for that. But
why?
Because like all these actors are old as shit. Well, some are even dead.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to recast, which would suck. That'd ruin it. Where we go? The warden starts a program where inmates work jobs outside the prison for less money. So he starts taking money to not take jobs from other companies. And then Andy sets up a system inside the prison working with the warden to save a shitload of that money legally, launder it, and then put it under a fake guy's name.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm not sure what Andy's thinking. I don't know if Andy wants to stay in there.
I mean,
or he's planning to get out.
Later in the movie, you eventually see that once Andy was trying to carve his name into the wall of his cell, you see that like he started chipping away at the thing. So you see all the way up, like all the way through those like
since the first month when he got his hammer.
The very first month of the time he was in, he's been digging a hole.
So I really think he did this, knowing he would be able
the
to.
Entire time.
So we're saying this is a long game from 1 month into prison to 20 years later, pretty much. Fucking what a scheme, bro. He's a little schemer. I'm not gonna lie. And Andy's the only person that knows about this. Yeah. Like, knows the whole thing. Because the warden has no idea how to really do what Andy's doing. Right. So he's the only one that knows how this works.
Yeah.
Then we skip a little bit ahead, and a kid named Tommy comes in. And this is a big part of the movie. This really kicks everything into high gear.
This is like the turning point. This is climax, I think, right? Yeah, climax of the movie.
I would say so. Andy helps him because everybody likes him.
Yeah.
Tommy's a nice guy. He's only in there for 2 years for B&E. Yeah. Only 2 years, but Andy takes him under his wing to help him fix his life. Tells him, you should get a new job, and he listens because he has a kid and a wife at home while he's in jail.
Helps him get his GED. High school diploma, too.
Yeah, he gets his GED, and he passes. But right after he passes, after they take after... like they're becoming friends, Andy and them. Andy is told that Tommy knew the guy that actually killed his wife, and Andy was innocent.
Yeah, Andy spent 20 years in prison.
10 at this, or 11 or 12.
It was 20 at this point.
Oh, it was. That's right, because this is, or I think it was like 19. Or something, because he was in the hole for a couple months, and I would say about 19 about this. Yeah, about 19.
So we find out Andy's...
Actually, it's not exactly... Andy, he gets out not 20
1962. It was exactly 20 years.
No, he got put in 1947. He got out. It was a little...
Why did they say 20 years?
It was 1966 he got out.
Oh.
So it was 19 years. It didn't even take him 20 years to do what Red said would take 600. So at this point, it's about 18 years, I would say. But we find out that Andy's innocent, and then Andy goes to the warden because at this point, they're pretty close. Yeah. He does the warden's their money shit. And then he tells the warden, I wouldn't say anything. And then the warden freaks the fuck out. Sends him to the hole for a month, which is the longest in that anybody that's been there has known that to happen. And then he has Hadley shoot the guy that could have freed Andy. Holy fuck. That was such a dark fucking scene. It was so bullshit. And then he comes into Andy's cell, tells him, acts all sympathetic, and then gets really close and tells him, if you don't work for me, I will make your life a living hell. I will let the guards stop protecting you. Which pretty much means I think they'll have him beat. Constantly. He'll move him into a block with multiple people in his cell. I mean, he'll fucking ruin whatever he has. So he blackmails him in to continue working with him. Which, to me, that was one of the... we see everything. This is where... oh, shit. Like, this is getting fucked. Andy, after he gets released... oh, and he gets another month in the hole. So this is 2 months. He's been sitting in darkness and stewing in his own shit. Andy gets out and immediately talks to Red about where he wants to go after he gets out. Which, Red is a little bit confused because he's never gonna get out. He has 2 life sentences. And he knows that that kid is dead, which was his only chance. He talks about going to Tuwat-Tanehu. I think that's how you say it. And wants to go there after getting out. That's really what he wants to do. And then right before he leaves, he tells Red to go out to a place in Maine called Buxton, which Byron Buxton's the GOAT. I have to say that.
Sorry.
Twins legend.
Adley Rushford exists, so...
they play very different positions.
No. Brian Buxton's
Byron.
Brian?
Byron.
Brian. Brian?
No. He tells him you can either get busy living or get busy dying. That's a
fire line.
That was so good. Line. Everybody thinks Andy's gonna kill himself.
Yeah.
Like right after that, everybody has a conversation. Then this one guy sold Andy 6 feet of rope. And Red is like freaking out that night. And then the next morning, Andy's just fucking gone.
he's not even hanging. He's just gone.
Bro just disappeared. Yeah. No trace, no nothing. And what we find out is he had been digging through a wall since his first month with this rock hammer because he knew this rock was really fucking soft. So it took him a long time because it was thick fucking walls. And he had to wait for a thunderstorm, so he had to know when a thunderstorm was happening to be able to time his way out to beat the pipes, to blow the pipe, gets into the shit pipe, and crawls 500 yards.
That is 5 fucking football fields.
Of shit and piss.
And cum, probably.
Actually, yeah, probably. And it took him 19 years to do this. From 1947 to 1966. And he looks genuinely old as hell from when he came in. But before he left, we find out he stole all the warden's fucking money.
Yeah. Because
he switched the books.
The name, he switched the books, and then the name
was made up. Nobody had ever seen the person.
The person that they were putting the money under, fake. It was a complete figment of Andy's imagination. But Andy, you see, he
was setting something else.
Birth certificate, social security, driver's license, everything for this fictitious person in Andy's mind, or that they made up.
Andy didn't even need to do all that.
He just wanted to be a dick.
He did it. He did it to make that, like, at the time, the warden shouldn't have let him do that, because you don't need all that to open a bank account.
Right.
But he did it because he was planning to use this the whole time to get out and then get this money.
Gets the cops called out on the warden.
Oh, and then he puts all of the shit that he did
Yeah.
in a file, mails it to the FBI.
Yeah. So the cops, they show up, they arrest Hadley, and Hadley just starts sobbing. You don't get to see it, but you get told by Red that he starts sobbing. And then
before the warden can get caught.
Yeah, before the warden can get arrested, he pulls out a gun from his drawer, pulls out the bullets, loads it up. He was gonna shoot his way out.
And then he just blew his brains out. He blows
his fucking load all over the window.
Dude, his load?
Yeah, his load.
Alright. After 40 years, Red gets released. About a year after Andy escaped.
Yeah.
And he hates life.
Yeah,
he's in the same mindset as Brooks.
Same building too, same job, same room actually.
Yeah, but he remembers what Andy said about hope and about where to go and what to do. And after a couple months, I believe he goes to Maine, goes to Buxton, goes to the Rock and the Tree, finds a card that says, if you're willing to go a little bit farther.
Yeah, and this, like, and we, like, Red was thinking, oh, you probably put that there, like, it was something special to remind him that was, like, worth of value before he went in. No.
It was where to find him, because he was on the run, because he escaped prison.
Andy, once he got out, this was, like, one of the first places he went after the thing.
Because he wanted Red to find him. Him and Red were best friends. As close as you could be. Yeah. They were... it was such a cool friendship to watch, even see over 20 years.
And prosper.
It was cool as fuck. I love everything about this movie. And they're complete opposites. One's been a prison guy for his whole life, and then Andy is this rich guy.
Stand-up bloke. He was stand-up...
He was just a guy.
Yeah.
That got cheated on.
He was just a guy.
And he got fucking shitted out of life. Got a bad... Yeah. Red finds money and a card that tells Red... do you remember that place in Mexico? Red finds Andy, and that's pretty much it.
That's the end of the movie.
So it's all about the prison. Yeah. And Red's experience with it. And when Red does get let go of parole, he's brutally honest and tells him, you cannot rehabilitate somebody. You just become a different person in here.
Yeah.
And it's such... Everything about this movie is perfect. The acting, everything. I fucking love this. I have no other words besides, this is the perfect 10 out of 10 movie. You can't get better than this.
So 10's your rating?
Absolutely.
Alright, I go about like a 6.
Really?
No. It's me is...
Are you going 10?
I didn't get rid of the mush mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 10.
What about the mush ass?
I still holding back.
Okay.
You know that pipe that Andy crawled through?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill that shit up tonight.
That's just like you?
I'm gonna fill it up tonight.
That's a lot of poop.
Dude.
So what'd you give this?
10.
10? Okay. If you have not watched this, we should have said watch it in advance. Sick. That was so cool.
Dude, do you want to please...
What? Please what?
So, yeah, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good job.
What? Next week, we're going to be doing Tommy Boy. So watch that in advance. Or not next week, in 2 weeks. Yeah. We'll be doing Tommy Boy.
And then after that...
we will have a guest. It's been a little bit now.
It has been a bit, but you're going to...
Steelboy 69. Oh. They don't know if that's... And, maybe they know.
They do. I hope they know.
They might not. So,
But then after Tommy Boy, we'll leave it up for debate. No,
we do have a few choices
we have 2 choices so far that we're thinking of.
You can comment what one you
which
think.
One you guys want to
For me, I want to put down Baby Driver.
Yeah, the 2 choices are Baby Driver and Django Unchained. Two
Two
fantastic
two
films.
movies that are near my top 10.
Yeah. Baby Driver is in my top 10.
Django is in my top 10.
Django's not in my top 10, but it's damn near close.
Baby Driver's in my top 15. Both movies are in my top 15. I would say Baby Driver's around 11 or 12.
That's where Django is.
Django's like 3.
And you want to do Baby Driver over Django?
They're both. I just watched Django. That's why.
Oh.
I watch that movie pretty much every 3 months because I love it to death. Dude, it is the coolest fucking cowboy movie of all time. I'm sorry. Baby Driver was also very fucking cool.
Yeah, I love Baby Driver. It's such a cool...
Dude, he is
just
such a...
drives a WRX. For a while, after watching that movie...
it made everybody want to buy one.
WRX STI, favorite car. I'm so upset they're discontinuing that car.
They are?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Man, they must hate money, bro. That's crazy. Alright, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your night.
Adios!